Did you know that nearly 1 in 4 cars on the road today have hidden suspension problems, and most drivers have no idea? That's right, your car might feel fine now, but underneath your suspension could be silently wearing out with every bump, turn, and pothole. But here's the good news. With just a few smart habits, you can make your suspension last longer and ride smoother the whole time. In this video, we're going over 11 tips to make your suspension last forever, save money, and keep your car riding like new. Let's get started. Tip number 11, avoid potholes and rough roads whenever possible. Potholes may look harmless, but they can severely damage your suspension system with just one bad hit. When your car's wheels drop into a pothole, the impact sends a shockwave through your shocks, struts, springs, and bushings. This can bend control arms, knock the wheels out of alignment, and even damage the wheel bearings or steering rack. Constant driving over poorly maintained roads compounds this damage over time. Avoiding potholes isn't always possible, but reducing speed before impact helps minimize the shock. Tip number 10, always check after a big hit. Ever hit a pothole so hard you felt it in your spine? Those oops moments can do more than just jolt your coffee cup. They can seriously mess up your suspension. Even if your car seems to drive normally afterward, internal components like shocks, struts, control arms, or ball joints may have been bent, cracked, or knocked out of alignment. These issues don't always show up immediately. Sometimes they start as subtle vibrations, tire wear, or slight pulling to one side. But if left unchecked, they can snowball into more expensive problems like uneven tire wear, damaged tires, or steering issues. That's why it's crucial to inspect your suspension after any major jolt, either by doing a quick visual check yourself or having a mechanic look it over. Catching hidden damage early can save you hundreds in repairs and keep your suspension system performing safely and smoothly. Tip number 9, keep your tires at the right pressure. Your suspension starts feeling the pain the moment your tires aren't properly inflated. Think underinflated tires are just a fuel economy issue? Think again. When your tires are too soft, they can't absorb road impacts properly, so every bump, crack, and pothole get passed straight to your shocks and struts like a sucker punch. On the flip side, overinflated tires turn your ride into a bounce house. Rigid, uncomfortable, and brutal on your suspension system. Therefore, it is always recommended to check your tire pressure at least once a month and always before road trips. Use a digital tire pressure gauge to ensure accuracy. Keeping your tires properly inflated isn't just about fuel economy, it's critical for suspension health. Up next is a tip that might sound minor, but ignore it and it can absolutely melt your suspension from the inside out. Tip number 8, fix small leaks before they melt. Your suspension, many drivers overlook small fluid leaks, thinking they're harmless drips. But here's the catch. Most of these fluids, such as power steering fluid, transmission fluid, or brake fluid, are highly corrosive. And if they drip onto your suspension components, they can break down rubber bushings, eat away at protective coatings, and cause rust to spread faster than usual. For example, power steering or brake fluid leaking onto a control arm bushing can soften and crack the rubber, which eventually lead to clunking noises or steering issues. Even one ignored leak, dripping away for weeks or months, can quietly sabotage your suspension until you're staring at a repair bill that went from $50 to $500 overnight. So if you spot any oily residue near your suspension parts, don't wait. Find the source, fix the leak, and clean it up. Tip number 7, replace your worn-out bump stops. Bump stops may be small, but they're your suspension's last line of defense. These rubber or polyurethane pieces prevent metal-on-metal contact when your suspension bottoms out, especially during hard bumps or heavy loads. But over time, they wear down, crack, or even fall off completely due to heat, age, or repeated impact. When that happens, your shocks and springs can take direct hits from hard compression, leading to severe damage. Replacing bump stops is relatively inexpensive and can be done when you're already replacing shocks or struts. If your car rides harsh over bumps or makes clunking sounds on dips, your bump stops might be toast. A fresh set can dramatically improve ride quality and protect expensive suspension parts. Tip number 6. Lubricate suspension components as needed. Lubrication might not sound exciting, but it's the quiet hero of your suspension system. Many drivers overlook the importance of lubrication, especially in older vehicles or trucks where parts like ball joints and tie rod ends have grease fittings. Over time, the factory grease in these components can dry out, which may allow friction and wear to build up. Regular greasing helps reduce metal-on-metal contact and extend the life of suspension pivots. Even sealed components in modern cars should be checked periodically to ensure there's no damage or leakage. So next time you're in for an oil change or a tire rotation, ask your mechanic to check for any serviceable joints and top off the lubrication. Tip number 5. Get wheel alignments at recommended intervals. Wheel alignment refers to adjusting the angles of the wheels so that they are set to the car manufacturer's specifications. When your wheels are misaligned, it affects how your suspension handles the car's weight. Misalignment can lead to uneven tire wear, poor handling, and additional strain on suspension components like tie rods, control arms, and ball joints. Every time you hit a curb, speed bump, or pothole hard, your alignment can shift. Experts recommend checking alignment at least once a year or anytime you notice uneven tire wear, pulling to one side, or a crooked steering wheel. A properly aligned car handles better and experiences less stress throughout the suspension system. Tip number 4. Tighten bolts with the car on the ground. This is one of the most overlooked suspension tips, and it matters more than you think. When working on your suspension, especially components like control arms or bushings, torquing bolts with the suspension hanging in the air can actually do more harm than good. That's because suspension parts are designed to rest and operate in a loaded position, meaning when the car's full weight is on the wheels. When you tighten suspension bolts while the car is on a lift, the bushings get locked into an unnatural, twisted position. The correct method is to snug bolts loosely with the car lifted, then torque them fully only after the vehicle is resting on its wheels. This allows bushings and pivot points to seat naturally in their intended position and reduce stress on suspension. Tip number 3. Mist your suspension before winter. Before the salt trucks hit the roads, there's something smart drivers do. They mist their suspension with a light anti-corrosion spray. Why? Because road salt is a silent killer of suspension system. It is famous for accelerating corrosion on suspension parts like control arms, coil springs, sway bars, and mounting points. Over time, this corrosion weakens metal components, leading to cracks, failures, or expensive replacements. A light coating of WD-40 or silicone spray creates a protective barrier that repels moisture and salt buildup. Do this right before winter and again mid-season if you live somewhere with heavy snow. It takes less than 10 minutes, but can add years to the life of your suspension components and save you thousands in repairs. Tip number 2. Inspect your suspension at every oil change. Most people wait until something breaks, but smart drivers catch problems early. Every time you get an oil change, ask your mechanic to inspect the suspension. Early signs of trouble like leaking shocks, cracked bushings, bent arms, and worn ball joints are easy to spot if you're paying attention. Most garages already have your car on a lift during oil changes, so there's no excuse not to sneak in a quick suspension check. If you catch these signs early, you can often replace a single part instead of letting it damage other components. It's quick, preventative, and usually free with service. Make it a habit, not a hassle. Preventive maintenance always costs less than repairs. Tip number 1. Use only high-quality or OEM suspension parts. It might be tempting to save money by choosing the cheapest replacement part, but suspension components are not where you want to cut corners. Low-quality aftermarket shocks, bushings, or ball joints often don't meet original factory standards and can fail prematurely. This forces surrounding parts to work harder, increasing wear and decreasing ride quality. OEM parts are made to the exact specifications of your vehicle and undergo rigorous testing. High-performance aftermarket parts from reputable brands can be even better in some cases. Spending a little more upfront can save hundreds or even thousands in future repairs by preventing breakdowns or repeat labor costs. There you have it, 11 powerful tips to make your suspension last longer and your ride smoother. If you follow even half of these, you'll save hundreds in repairs and get years more from your car's most abused system. Got your own suspension saving trick? Drop it in the comments. See you in the next video.